What of for your more about the body no TV so yes like no comment. Now watch the wide don't know where me answer my not subscribe now. Mdan for where one of the biggest company in Ghana you just car once will be pan and I one Ghana airport by say what the car America's can properly $3 million. So if she say kaya papa dia na she say shati one terminal no because she say we be answer na be buya ma no na akọ afanse bebra ba nko fi na musika bebra mo we na mo ntimi ntwe siske na force kwasa be woni jet ni ade na one so ade one reply aba awo che say ensa na wo ni reply what by ni say Mdan for no reply ni say only 3 million but although we need something ntini a shut it down but mo de nkuti asem no nyina mo cheche mo nema Ghana airport say and I'm sure I'm aware to my chatty that one airlines.
News, the divisional chairman of the union, Abdul Isaka Bamba, said the workers were fully behind the decision of the airport management to shut down the terminal. He also dismissed any claims of witch hunting.
We got to know that the company has been shut down this morning by managing director of the Ghana airport company, Madam Yvonne. I believe it is because of the indebtedness of Mdan to GACL. And efforts have been put in place. Managing director wrote several letters from the beginning of this year up to date. No payment was being made. I believe out of frustration, she decided to shut the place down. And we're asking why we support. Yes, we support because we are the workers. And it is our toil. It is our money that he is keeping. In fact, as it stands now, management is struggling to pay some of the financial obligations that the company has over the general staff. Management is struggling to pay. So why is it that somebody will be owing, not paying, and staff will be suffering? That is why we will support the managing director in this action. I believe you are talking to staff leadership. We did not close the company. It is closed by the managing director. And we are only telling you we are supporting the managing director in this course. So if you want to talk about witch hunting, then maybe you want to say managing director is witch hunting Mdan, but not us. We are staff, we are workers. And we are saying anybody who is owing us will come after the person. The managing director have started with Mdan and we are supporting her in this regard. And we are saying all other people that are owing will come after them.
Mdan has also said notice that the airport management will in coming days come after vendors who owe the company substantial amounts of money.
We've written several letters regarding a place like CIP as to whether they are owing us who is managing, because as some of at the time that I asked some questions, we were told it is being operated by national security. How national security will be operating business at the airport, we don't know. So that is another area we are looking at, another place we are looking at. And this can only serve as a warning to all other institutions that are owing Ghana Airport Company, that having started from Mdan, will come over all of them, will come after them, and will try to retrieve our money. And I will give you an assurance that trust Ghana Airport Company staff. You have to do with their money and protection of their company. They will do it, and we will do it in the best way possible.
Abdul Isaka there, he is the divisional chairman of the Ghana Airport Workers Union at the Kotoka International Airport. Well, let's get on Zoom now and speak to Koko Amprofi. He's CEO of Mdan Group. Thank you so much for your time here on the post. Let's get an understanding of the exact issue. How much do you owe the Ghana Airport Company?
Thanks for having me on your show, and good afternoon to your listeners as well. So to go straight to the point, the news being peddled around is that Mdan owes $3 million, or Mdan Aviation owes $3 million on the terminal. That is not correct. There are a couple of issues at stake, and we need to decouple those issues for us to understand exactly what's happening. We do have the FBO, the private jet terminal, which is Terminal 1, that we have a concession for, that we run, and so there's a rent that's due on that every year on that particular facility. We also have a business agreement that we did with Ghana Airport Company Limited in acquiring a piece of land that they owned just around Action Chapel. Now, the debt on the Action Chapel, we've had some conversations with Ghana Airport Company on it. The problem we have with that land is that there's another entity that also claims to have acquired that same piece of land. And so we are in court with that particular entity working through that issue. Now, Ghana Airport has demanded that we pay ground rent on that property. And our argument is that it's not fair for you to require for us to pay when it's in court under litigation. So let's let the court case play out. Because if we win, then we pay you. If we don't win, what happens to the monies we would have paid you in case we lose? So let's let that court case play out. And once that is done and the court determines who has a right to that particular piece of land, then we can sit with you and then determine how that is resolved. So putting all of that together is the 3 billion. But on the terminal itself, since inception, the rent that has been due is about $1.9 million. Out of that $1.9 million, we've made payments. We've paid to the tune of $1.3 million. So we're paying on the terminal. It's not like we don't pay or we've never paid anything at all and we owe $3 million. That's inaccurate. It's 1.9, we've paid about 1.3, just a bit over 1.3 on that particular terminal. Now, on Friday, we had a conversation, we had a meeting with Ghana Airport management on Friday, just this past Friday. And we told them that we actually gave them a check, gave them a 2 million CD check as part payment of what is due on the terminal, because prior to that conversation, they always coupled everything together. And in that meeting, we decided that, look, let's not put everything together, let's decouple the issues. And then we pay you on the terminal while we figure out what to do on the land issue. So we gave them a $2 million check that actually has been presented to a 2 million CD check that actually has been presented to our bank today. Got a call this morning from our bank confirming if we should go ahead, they should go ahead and clear the 2 million CD check that we paid Ghana Airport Company. So I needed to bring that clarity to the two issues. So that's what it is.
Clarify for me before you move on. When you say you initially owed 1.9 million, were you referring to dollars or CDs?
No, dollars. So it's not that we owed 1.9 million at any point. It's that has accrued over time.
Yeah.
And we pay it as we go. So over the period that we've had access to the terminal, the rent that has come in is 1.9. The payments that we have made over that period is 1.
That is in contention in court. How much are you supposed to pay for it?
Just a bit over $2 million on that piece of land.
So what's the next line of action?
Now, before I even go to our next line of action is obviously to keep engaging Ghana Airport Company.
Yeah.
They entered the check that we gave them on Friday. So once that check clears, we hope we can come to some amicable resolution pretty quickly. But we need to know that the terminal itself, when we took over the terminal several years ago, I don't know if you remember Terminal 1, what it used to look like, and the state in which it was. Very rundown, very dilapidated, nothing was really working in that place. We've invested $3.8 million into that terminal to get into where it is today. If you go to that private terminal, I don't know if you've been there yourself. If you haven't, I invite you to visit. It's the most beautiful terminal you will see anywhere in the world. It compares to other international standards and it stands heads and shoulders above most of the private jet terminals you will ever see anywhere in the world. There's a lot of money we've put in there. There's a lot of innovation. We've got a lot of finishing. High class, very pristine decoration that we've done in there. Now, we wouldn't invest $3.8 million and then allow us to be shut down with less than $500,000. It doesn't make business sense. So if you look at the whole construct of what's going on, it doesn't make sense for that to happen. So that's not what is being reported in the news. Is not really accurate. It's just somebody being throwing stuff out there. However, it being shut down That is correct. It was shut down early this morning.